I just happened to be minding my own business scrolling on TikTok when I happened to come across this video.
Now that gingers are black.
Right. I might need to go back to school.
Now that gingers are black.
Now occasionally I do some research. Now, we have a different genetic makeup that makes us more susceptible to pain. The more you know. We also store or create or something about vitamin D. I may have forgotten about that one. But I might have missed the elephant in the room.
Everyone who is ginger, who has red hair, those are black people. All gingers are black people. If they have red hair, they are black.
Right. There's a part of me that thinks, oh, I'm sure this is a bit of fun. But this has created some real serious topics because of it. Everybody's talking from different perspectives, different walks of life, and it's time to get into that. And maybe I shouldn't comment because I'm not a real ginger person, because I've had people say, you know, Jay, you are red, but you're not red, are you? You're not... Hold on a second.
I don't think people realize what you have done for people of my color.
Sorry, just trying to get my thoughts. What black people have done for white people? Because you're white. Yes, you're... For people of your hair color might want to add that.
Of the red head, you know what, like, my entire life I've been bullied for it. You know, not my entire life, my adult life not so much, but, you know, there's sly comments that are made.
Okay, he did say ginger hair in the end. I might have paused slightly too soon there. But I mean, he did say people of my color. So I've done the entirety. I mean, if the curtains match the drapes, which is a separate issue I'm going to get into later. But the whole thing about the bullying, hair colour, and I'm surprised I haven't got a text off of anyone yet, because this is blown up on TikTok. So the moment this hits their feeds, I'm surprised I haven't already got a text. Maybe I've got no friends. So I feel like I would have already got a text off one of them saying, Jay, have you heard? Unless I've got my text off. Jamie, I hear you're black now. Oh, no, never mind. No. And I'm sure you may have some childhood trauma, which, damn, that's going to take some years to work through. But I kind of like what he says after this, because there is a very coming together of the communities, and that should actually probably be celebrated, regardless how silly it might be.
This past week, I have felt more connected, more appreciated, and more loved than I ever have from a community of people in my entire life. Anytime I see a video, I feel accepted and connected, and I hit follow instantly.
And maybe regardless of how stupid it may be, maybe this is what we need. Instead of trying to find fault or trying to say it's a little bit woke, it probably is, because we're trying to compare situations, and the gravitas of one situation is obviously a lot more heavier than the other. I let you write down in the comments which one you think. Actually, don't freaking do it. Don't do that. I'm also seeing this one a lot. Orange is the new black, which I can understand what they're saying, but to me, it's almost like you're replacing them, which is crazy when you deep it like that. But maybe I'm deeping it too much, because if you look at the comments, honestly, I didn't know until TikTok that we all love redheads. Yo, I was always obsessed. Yo, good to know it wasn't just me. You're fine as hell. Want to be my plus one to the cookout? The spring song, Look Good on You, King. Hey, handsome red velvet. Yeah, that's another word. Apparently, it doesn't stop there. We are now red velvet. Put that on my tombstone.
This links to my theory about like ginger men. Ginger men love black women.
Ginger men love black
Ginger
women.
men love black women down.
In this podcast, they obviously point out the difference, which should be noted. I feel like there's some, listen to their videos, and there's obviously, I'm sort of riding the joke, I suppose. The difference in what each community has to go through.
Down, right?
Down.
And my theory is linked to that. Because they have faced discrimination within their own community for being ginger. They've been made fun of. They've been picked at. Right? It contributed to like this mutual and obviously like it's very different levels of understanding because being black is very different from being ginger, of course, especially in the UK.
There are roles to it. There are levels.
Yeah, there are levels to it. But it's like,
what do you mean the UK? Anyway, as opposed to where? As opposed to a Scandinavian country where, I don't know, predominantly the ratio is a bit higher, so they dominate the geographical locations, I suppose. I don't know. I think she means how ginger people are picked on in the UK. as opposed to other countries.
They get something. There's a little something there. There's a little something there. They get it. They're a little spicy. They get something.
Yeah, they get a little something. My partner is not ginger, but he does have a red streak in him.
It's like that, is it? See what I was saying earlier? You're not red, but you're red. You know what I mean? Yeah, obviously I know there's some dark. I know Rooney always, obviously dark hair, always had like a bright ginger beard. So one of us. But yeah, I'm learning a lot today. Okay, so maybe I need to learn more to understand that maybe we are the same. Can't believe I'm saying that. I might cut this from the video. Let's give this a watch.
Gingers are black, that's fact. Let's go through some of these correlations.
That's definitely gonna be a t-shirt there.
First, let's start with hair. How many times have you been out and some greasy talons just wanted to touch your red hair because they thought it was so cool and kinky and curly? Yeah, that happens in the African American community too.
I actually have had that happen a few times. When I used to have longer hair, I don't really have long hair now. And it is obviously a lot darker. I feel like when I've got older, my hair has got darker, to be fair.
How many times have you been fetishized after and over? Oh, your lips are full. Oh, you are a fuller figure. Oh, I never had a redhead before. Yeah, we experienced that as well. 2 checks.
Don't think I have. I'm ugly as hell, but I definitely see it.
The outcast, redheaded stepchild. Yeah, we experienced that daily. You experienced it, but didn't understand it. But now, it all makes sense. Features, like I said about the fetish in the hair. You have certain features, fuller lips, wider hips. Man, I don't know if you packing or not. I'm just speaking off of what you can see off of a woman. Now, those features, also, African American. Check.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to comment on it. Do I have? Wait, it was just saying for women. To be fair, it was just saying for women. So men, I'm not so sure. So we're not going to find out today. I'm not going to test the theory. We leave that up to the comment section.
History. Didn't they say the man upstairs had copper hair?
Okay, I see what he's. I think I see what he's getting at.
And ask yourself this question. Why was it so easy to recast redheads as African American? Makes sense, don't it?
When I was scrolling through, I saw someone else also say this point, but I can't find their video again. And I thought they were going to argue in the sense of, even if it was a white actor but didn't have natural ginger hair, people would also get upset. That's where I thought they were going with it, but because I thought they were going on the grasp of hypersexualization. But of course, that's not what he's saying. He's saying historically, red-headed roles are going to black actors. Because it also seems to be another sort of discussion that is forming because of this one. So this one is ginger people are the white person's black people. Yeah.
To hop in on this, gingers are the black people of white people, because I've been saying this. I had a mentor, but he's my mentor. We still text to this day. But I told him, I was like, Paul, because I just got here. I'm fresh out the hood. I'm fresh out like a really diverse. I'm like, Paul, I see a lot of gingers and they're real aggressive, about their shit. Like, you can't really push over on them or nothing. And I just know that from watching.
Of course, there's a lot of banter. I feel for me, that's a lot to do with British culture. And, we have more bants. So, I pick on this thing, you pick on that thing. But at the end of it, we're friends, we're cool, we're chill. It's kind of like that. It makes us more resilient, of course.
And when I told my mentor, Paul was like, bro, they're literally the black people of white people, for real. Like, they don't take no shit. Now that the whole ginger conversation that they are, black people.
I have to keep reiterating this, but we have to go back to the previous point that both situations, the gravity of both situations is different. Ginger people, black people, all right? Very different. But the more videos I watch, the more I see just people having fun. The comments are generally, I've never seen a TikTok trend like this where the comments are so in favor of positivity on both sides. It's actually crazy and it's actually lovely to see. Now, I can completely understand those who will see this and go, are you taking the mickey? And I don't think we would be a balanced channel if we didn't at least check their opinions out as well.
I really don't understand why a black woman would get on this internet and say all white people, redhead gingers are black. I don't care what she is. She don't speak for all black people.
That is completely and utterly true. It's interesting because later in the video you say this.
She got on the internet without a shred of credibility, without a shred of citations, and just said something.
Which is very true. What she said is not true. Ginger people are not black. But what she said, even though for you it's become a negative thing, but for many it seems to be a positive as well. I hate to interrupt you, but I feel like we need to flip the coin just a little bit here to see a counterpoint, which I think is rather beautiful.
I'm not a big fan of trends like this, but actually this trend I really like because what folks are highlighting is what is at the core of blackness, which is love. And you hear so many people talking about how they weren't accepted, how they weren't valued, but then black people saw them, right? The ginger folks. And that love that we share so easily, which is again at its core, food, our culture, our music. So many folks that make videos about that and not dancing videos, but to talk about how you were loved by a black person really actually makes me like this trend.
So in this situation, I don't think one person can tell you how to feel, and I also can't do that, and I won't do that. I'm just trying to convey my point of view, but while trying to understand what the hell is going on in this trend.
The comment section of her video is disgusting. It's all these white people who are ginger saying like, oh, I knew I was invited to the cookout. I knew I had a kinship to y'all, blah, blah, blah. And what's making it worse is there are literally gingers making videos saying that they knew that because they've been attracted to black people their whole life, that they were different. And it's making me sick to my stomach.
Again, I completely see your point, but you also have to see from my point of view, and it seems to be fetishization on both sides here, of the fence here, as we've previously seen in this video, and as I've previously seen across this trend.
And then it took off, and everybody's acting like her word is Lord.
I don't think the majority of people are taking her word as Lord, but what they're doing is they are shaping it to be a positive thing rather than a negative thing. Look, and I've already said, I'm sure there's people who have taken it way past the joke.
Those people are white. They live their day-to-day life as white people. They benefit from being white. They are not black.
And that I am well aware of. Now, I do and will not face the same discriminations as you, but I feel like in this day and age, you need at least some room to at least have a bit of banter. Is this too far banter? Maybe you can let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm completely wrong about this, and I'm about to be educated on it. Which I'm human. I have no problems with being educated if I am wrong on something, but I feel like some people will say I'm wrong, and some people will say I'm right on this occasion. But as it appears, for some people, this is not banter. Maybe I'm wrong about that instantly because of this next clip. It seems like this is very real and very emotional for people. And this one guy here is actually just crying. The love you gave me is like no other.
I looked terrible. I just woke up, got out of bed, saw one of the most beautiful videos ever.
So, obviously, I get it from both points of view. Maybe it's a silly trend. And if people find it offensive, I'm sorry. Now, there's always going to be people that take this trend too far. But for those of you who seem to be coming together because of it, the comment section seems to be mostly filled with love and affection. Isn't that what we're trying to get rid of here? We don't want that for some reason. I wish the trend could have been different, where it doesn't feel like it impacts you for reasons that we've already heard people state. I wish it didn't. But at the moment, there's so many people who feel like this trend is really good. I mean, should we be squashing positivity? Yeah, they can have that opinion. You can have the opposite. Other people can support your opinion, and other people can support their opinion. I think we collect enough information. You can draw your own conclusions to this. I presume. Are we going to be in a pool of hate or a pool of love? Who knows? But guys, of course, don't go and send anyone hate. That's not the idea of the video. But everyone who featured in this video will have their links down in the description. Leave a like, comment, and yeah. Until next time, it has been your boy Mr. White. Until next time, bye bye.